Oh gosh, wait a minute. Can I get myself together? Okay, okay. Hey. It's still Christmas time. I don't care what y'all say, it's still Christmas time. But however, we still celebrating. We in the spirit. Hi Monique. Hi Letitia. How are you?
Hi, good look. I was jamming.
Yes. I was like, you know
Like,
what?
Christmas over now?
It's all right. We still festive holiday time. It's
Actually, I
fine.
kind of forgot that there was a I said, oh, that's Mariah Carey. Oh well. Click. It's playing now. But anyway, we are here to discuss Love and Hip Hop Huntsville, season 9, episode 9. What was the title? I forgot. Open house, closed mouths, child, whatever that child, whatever. Whatever and whatever. Uh Letitia, what are your thoughts on this episode of Love and Marriage, Huntsville?
Well, this episode didn't give that much, to be honest with you. I mean, we got some really nice aesthetics, I would say, because the
Mhm.
house that we looked at was really, really nice. They were all dressed nicely for the open house and all that sort of thing. But it didn't do that much for me. I don't even know if it's like rate worthy. I would probably say like it was kind of boring. So I would say like a 6 or 7.
Okay. And I agree with you. The episode was lackluster. However, it gives us a conversation because there are some things that came out that we already knew, but we're gonna go ahead and let Monique speak her speech, and then we're gonna get into the things.
Yes. It was okay. It was just an episode. I was just looking at it like, oh, really? Oh, that's nice. I'm like, really? Huh? Mm-hmm. Just bored out my mind. And I was multitasking too.
Yeah, it wasn't much, but we got some things to talk about. I do know that. And again,
Definitely.
Ken can get the business because I am not a fan of Ken. I really was a fan of him in the beginning. However, that has changed because so much has transpired in real time and on the show that has I just don't care for his antics. And I'm gonna call them antics because to me, if you are who you say you are, you don't have to show your hand all the time. You don't have to boast and brag all the time. You don't have to do that. And for me, that's what Ken does. He just brags about, or not, I'm not going to say brag. He just says what he does. And I don't think that's anybody's business what you're doing. Not taking the brakes off Marquez, Quiz, whatever his name is. We're not taking the brakes off of him. It's just Ken just to me, he just does too much as a man. I don't think men should be doing all this. And that's just me in my opinion. Um, but the episode start out with Trish and Ken, they're in her office and she's thinking about, you know, uh I'm assuming she's trying to leave her corporate job um and do her entrepreneurial thing with the training. Ken, Captain Sable, whoa, again. Well, you got the best multitask, sir. Okay, Letitia has named you Captain Saberho. And she labeled you a simp, and I agree with her. And you are really doing that because, sir, let this lady say what she does. Yeah, you've been an engineer for 8. Let her talk about herself. Why you got to do that? Kid just do too much for me. Somebody else talk about Kid. He just do too much. Because I'm gonna get him later on again. Talk about Ken, Tisha or Monique, one of y'all, please help me out. Go ahead, Monique.
Oh wow. Okay. Ken, it's like in the air, like he's a good guy, but like, he overdoes it. It's like Marquez said, something like you overcompensate for something. I mean, just moving solid. We know that you stepped in. I mean, I stepped in. I'm doing your part. I'm like, okay. I will hope you will step in and be some kind of positive male figure to the kids of the woman you dating. Um, Otherwise, I would tell her to kick you to the curb. Um, But yeah, he just does too much. Like, okay, do you want a cookie? Do you want a reward? I mean, we know Marquez ain't ish after he just left and went to Atlanta for whatever reasons. But yeah, so that's all I got for Cam for right now.
I'm convinced that people that come onto reality shows, there's a certain level of low self-esteem and something that is missing in them. And that's the reason why they get on these shows and they seek the validation of the audience and even the people on the show and stuff like that. And Ken just strikes me as one of those people where something in him is missing. Like it's just um he lacks something because you have
Mhm.
a self-esteem problem if all you go for is married women in the first place.
Yeah.
And then you step into a position where now you're in a position where you can kind of down talk the other parent.
Hmm.
Not to be, I mean, just think about the fact that first of all you're out of order. I'm going on your under your lines, Candy. Because before I was kind of like, oh, okay, well they've been separated for a really, really, really long time. But to now know that this is a pattern for him,
Hmm.
it's like, sir, you're already out of order in the first place. And second of all, you're not. I don't know who you're winning brownie points from. What is it that you truly need? Go to therapy, find out what it is you actually,
Hmm.
and go and pursue that. Because
Yes.
I bet you if you found yourself, you would stop putting yourself in a position where you would be laid up with this married woman. And I don't care
Hmm.
what her circumstance is.
Yes.
It's one thing for you to say, okay, we started dating when they were separated, but
Hmm.
she was on the road to divorce. That just wasn't even the case.
Not even the case.
So yeah, I want y'all. I really, really, really used to like Ken. I still want to like him. I
Hmm.
think he's likable. I just think that he got a problem,
Yeah.
and he talks up too much, in my opinion.
Yes, he does. And then I think he wants to get married. Like it's always this. Oh, I'm sorry. I am not ignoring the chat. I'm so sorry. Hey, Lemon Kush Pepper. Hey, Boo. How you doing? Thank you for coming through. Demarcus. I'm not gonna put the other comment up because that was very disrespectful. But yeah, I said I wasn't gonna put it up, but just that fact I told a lie. Demarcus, cut it out. Okay. But hey, everybody, thank y'all for coming through. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was not ignoring y'all. I was just like, y'all don't understand. This show, it's a show you love to hate. It's like a not a hate watch because I don't hate it, but it's just the people. Just it's what they give us that bothers me a lot, and they're not giving us enough of what they gave us in the beginning. It's like the whole trajectory of the show has changed, and everything is on social media now, and I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't. But I like the show. I like the premise of the show in the beginning, but what it has morphed into, I'm not liking it. And
Same.
then and back to Ken, now that them papers are signed, you ready to get married. Why are you why are you pressuring this lady to marry you? And it's clear that you're pressuring her because every time you mention it, she changes. Like her body language is totally different. Like she drops her head, she got her eyes closed. She can't even talk to you face to face when you ask her about marriage because she don't want to marry you, sir. And it's her excuse of I don't want another 13-year Marquez. Stop comparing those two men because they're not the same man. But don't use Marquez as your scapegoat. You just don't want to marry at all. You want what you get the cow with the milk is free. That's what you're getting.
I told you what I tell you.
He's a
The
simp.
the simp,
He's a simp
the
god.
wimp, and the pimp.
Yes, yes. And it's like, so you ready to get married? She ain't even divorced. Dang, you fast, girl. You a track star. She's a runner. She's a track star. Golly. Hey, Monique. Glad to see you in the building, but
Hey,
in the
hey.
building.
Yes, I'm out the car.
So what are your thoughts on Ken asking her to marry again? Like this is the second or third time this season he's asked this lady. So what about marriage? When you are
he look like a sucker. I mean, it's like sucker that's flash. I mean, across his face when he made that statement. And then I wish she would just express like how she feels with him about
Definitely.
marrying again. Because I understand not like rushing into another marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Even though he's different from Marquez, seemingly so, but he seemed like a nice guy. But I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop with him. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
like nobody's that perfect. We all got our flaws, so it's like the way he keep talking down about Marquez. It's like it's something what you do as well. So let's not. And I just wish Trish would open up her mouth and just express that instead of sitting in the confessional.
And also, he just doesn't listen. Like she literally said to him, "We need to wait on that." And it's
Because
like
if I
it
am in
wanted.
a situation and I'm ready to do this with you, please believe I'm gonna go and get this sign them papers. We doing that. We doing that because we have nothing else. But I don't understand what it is with and then it's something with in contempt with them papers, and she did something with the paperwork and she didn't file it right. So now they're still not divorced. I already knew that 3 weeks ago, but then we got a confirmation last night. They still not divorced. So
Candy,
Ken,
I'm glad you brought that up because he made mention in his interview with Militant
hmm
that um he didn't sign the papers. He contested them because it didn't include the kids, right? But if we remember in the show, didn't he hand her papers?
he did, but
So
I don't know what he handed her though.
I
Like,
thought that was just to initiate the divorce, not actually like have
okay,
a breakdown of what's what. I thought it was to initiate a divorce.
and
But
it
I
may
don't
have
know.
been. I think that's what he did mention. It might have been an initiation or something like that. Later on, they might have had a conversation about it being initiation. But the thing is, they keep talking about the papers. They're not separating what happened at the restaurant and then what took place in front of that. They're not separating it, so everybody's conflating the two, which is
mhm,
easy to do when they're not when Trish is not opening up her mouth and using her words. This girl does not use complete sentences. That irks my spirit. She does not, and I get on my. I have a 9-year-old, and I get up, say it, make it plain. I don't want to guess. I don't want you to try to figure out what you're talking about. Give it to me straight.
I
Say what
agree.
it is. I need complete sense. If you got to say a run on, give it a run. I need a run on because I don't want to figure out what you're talking about. I don't like to think like that.
I agree. I remember teaching a class and my the person that taught the class with me, whatever, she taught
Mhm.
as if they knew things. I'm like, that's why we're here. We're here to teach. So it's like you need to act like they've never heard this before.
Right.
And I feel like in relationships, you need to make it clear, especially when you breaking up or you
Yes.
trying to resolve something. Make it plain, say what it is, and say what it's not.
Yes.
You know
That
what I'm
too.
saying?
Especially
For
that.
understanding.
All of
Because
that.
I don't understand it. So, and now that you think, and now that you said that too, that made me think. I forgot.
Hey, Nika
Her
B.
lawyer did bring her a set of papers. I think that set of papers that she signed real quick, that the lawyer brought, is
Mhm.
probably the one that Marquez is talking about
Okay. Okay.
because she
Okay.
drew it up as opposed to
But
him.
that
Because I
was a
thought that was
notary though. That wasn't a lawyer. That was a notary.
it was
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. That was a
That was
notary.
a lawyer. I
okay. Well then, but still, that was a different set of papers than the one that he brought to her.
yeah. Yeah.
Is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi,
Okay.
Lika B. I'm glad you found me. I'm glad you found me too. Thank you. Thank you. And make sure you subscribe to these other ladies. Light it up with Letitia and Monique 69 Ways Johnson. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank
Miss Michael
you.
B.
Um, so yeah, like they we don't even I don't really care about them like that. I don't because they're not giving us genuine like everything with them has changed so much since they came on the channel. I mean, on the channel, on the show, everything has about them has changed so much. So it's like, what's real? Tell us the truth. What's this? Because Trish gave half truths. And last week when she was with him in the ice cream shop, come to find out he was taking care of the kids. Girl, that ain't what you told us. Unless y'all heard something different, because that's not what you said. You act like this man was an absentee father, was gone, didn't do nothing, didn't send back $1, didn't send $2, didn't send nothing. I understand him not him being there, but you wanted him present. Understood. Present, we get that because you want somebody to help you with those kids. I get it. But you act like this man wasn't doing nothing. And that's what I don't like about her. She gives partial truth. Tell the whole truth, girl. Or shut
I,
up.
well, to be honest with you, both of them together and trying to mesh the stories together is all very confusing. It doesn't seem like anybody's timeline is what it
Timelining.
should be or what it sounded like it should be, because I think she made it clear that at the beginning he was financially responded, but then also mentioned that when he went absent, his dad was Marquez's
Mm-hmm.
daddy was.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's just I can't with either one of them. Just sign the papers already,
Yeah.
and you don't even have to worry about it no more. Uh-oh, we lost one.
Yeah. She up here transitioning, child. From the phone to the computer.
Can y'all hear me? I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yes, loud and clear.
Yes.
Yes. So we're just talking about the Trish giving half partial truths or partial information about, you know, Marquez helping or not
Hmm.
helping, absentee or not. Like, but last week you're gonna say he was helping, but he wasn't present. But that ain't what you told us in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have an issue with stuff like that. You got everybody feeling the way about this man, or a lot of people feeling, but they don't. But the way we feeling about him ain't shouldn't even be feelings that we feel for real, because that ain't really what it was in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Somebody help me out. Make it make sense.
Look, I don't know these people, but yeah. I believe when they come to them telling their story, I think both are leaving some things out or rewriting it. You know what I mean? To make the other partner look bad in a
Yeah.
bad light. So it's like, I don't like to put puzzle pieces together. Like, I don't know you. I don't know these people. I'm not that
Right.
invested. So
Thank you. Thank
Yeah, but I want the whole, but I don't like to find out something different from you later on that you could have said in the beginning. I don't like that.
well,
I don't
that's
like that.
liar, liar, pencil fire.
Mhm.
This liar. Let's
So
chuck it up
Masika
to being a
B says
liar.
she's a notary, and I was trying to figure out what was going on with the document. Yeah, so
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
like
cool. Wow.
I feel like he was leaving things out and was elusive.
I totally
Uh,
agree.
yeah. Yeah,
I,
his
I,
side
I,
is very much appreciated
yeah.
because you can pretty much put two and two together. I don't like doing that though, but with him, his story has not changed. Hers has a lot.
But Candy, even with that, you and I talked about this. It may not
Hmm.
have changed, and I'm not at all saying that I am Team Trish because I am not.
Hmm.
But I will say he, because we know her as a non-truth teller,
Hmm.
it's easy for him to make her look bad. It's
Right.
easy for him to use all of the buzzwords, which he does, which he
Yeah.
did.
Hmm.
Ooh, remind me
Um,
of someone.
exactly.
Ooh.
What who we say? Martell 2.0. Because, sir, he's doing everything. And this is what I'm finding this audience, because the audience that was in the chat was seemed to be Team Marquez, right? But I
Hmm.
was like, until wait till he starts doing to Trish what Martell did to Melody. He's never going to leave her alone. He
I don't
took
want to see that
he took
again.
no, he may not be as bad, but he's never going to leave her alone. You listen to any interview he's ever done, he blames her for everything. He has
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
taken
No,
not
sir.
1 ounce
Mm-mm.
of responsibility in his marriage.
Like,
Sir,
what
you
did you
literally
do?
left. What are we
Yeah. Like,
supposed
what
to
did you
do with
do?
that?
No
Hmm.
accountability. Like y'all both played a part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you
definitely.
definitely left those kids for
Yeah.
I don't know how long, because the timeline is not timelining, but you definitely left them for a good enough amount of time that the
Too
kids,
much
yeah.
time. For
So
this child to be calling this man
right,
daddy.
that's what I'm saying. Fell away. So
And that's we learned that in the damn beginning of the episode, beginning of the season, that his child was calling Ken daddy for Father's Day or whatever it was. Like
and
what?
Ken reset it, and when he was talking to Marquez, I'm like that.
Yeah,
You lucky he ain't punch you in the face or did something.
yeah,
Right. Right.
I
And
mean,
then
it may be true, but you saying it in my face, and then you so proud of it. I'm like, I wonder what did Trish say about it. Yes,
mm-hmm,
he's the male figure in her life right now that's present. Don't like act like Marquez don't exist.
mm-hmm,
right.
We have
Exactly.
to talk about that.
yeah.
And
Oh
Trish
yeah.
was dead wrong talking about some, yeah, um, the baby, the daughter saying that, yeah, he's not dad to me anymore. He got Marquez or him. Girl, why would you say that on national television? I don't care if your baby did say that. That is a private conversation. I don't think you ever should have put that out there like
It
that.
seems like she low key trying to stick it to this man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But she
It,
forgets that she's not giving the whole truth. She's not giving everything. She forgets all of that. She's not
mm-hmm.
giving the whole truth. Like, yes, he might not have been there for you, but tell us what you mean when you say this man wasn't there for you. Was he not there for you in a physical sense?
Emotionally,
Was he there
right?
not emotionally? Like what? Because she's not giving the whole thing. So when the parents passed away, I'm thinking he must have been gone. Like he's not there. Was he not there? Because his response was, "I don't know how to handle what was. I don't know how to be there." That never happened. I never dealt with that before. Whatever his thing,
Yeah,
his
he don't know
response
how to
was,
be there for her emotionally, so he like
yeah,
dipped
but we only figured that part out, that he evidently was there physically, he just wasn't there emotionally.
emotionally.
But she
Okay,
need to say that. Like,
right.
stop acting like this man was not there. He might have been upstairs, but hell, he was there. Stop.
But again, I mean, I know this episode is not about this interview, but again, I just feel like there's some conflicting things out there.
Oh yeah.
How dare Marquez be so upset about the fact that, well, I need to know who's around my children. I need to know that she's in a relationship with somebody else. But then he said he was in a whole relationship. It was like, for how long? He said a year,
Mm-hmm.
he said he alluded to that it was more than a year, right? And I was thinking like, okay, so about the same amount of time that Ken and Trish have been
Yeah,
together.
I guess he feel like since his relationship is over, now he can like feel some
But
type of
the
way.
kids are with her,
Since he not
and
preoccupied with this relationship, now he focusing back over here.
No, he
yeah,
said that he
but the
was
kids are with
currently
her though, so
in a
I
He
understand.
relationship.
currently in a relationship right now.
That's what he
Yeah.
said.
Mm-hmm.
It's not giving that on the show.
Not at all.
Is it
That's what
just
I was
happen?
thinking. How
It's not
your
giving
woman?
nothing
I
on
said,
the show.
wasn't it if you've dated her a year, at least a year? Okay, so when y'all was filming and you was crying on camera like this, she
Lord
was
have
okay.
mercy.
When you was
But
whining,
let's hate to kick it back to this interview. He said the reason why he cries so he doesn't crash out, so he doesn't go to jail. He don't want to do something, and I get it. You go in and cry, let it out, so you don't have to put your hands on nobody. I understand.
I'm the
is that why he
opposite.
drank too?
I cry after I do the physical violence
Oh,
because I'm mad that you pushed me to that far to get physical with you.
Mhm.
I do a little crying session.
I cry before. I cry because I
I
know,
cry after
because I know if I do
because
the
I allow you to push me that far, and I'm mad at myself.
yeah, I'm crying because I can't do nothing. Because I
same.
can't do what I want to do.
I'm
And I
so
get him.
same.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, my crying is
DeMarcus, we're
usually
not
because
fooling
it's
with you
angry.
today, okay? Because Charles, Raw Dog Charles, is a fictional character, sir.
Not raw dog Charles.
That mixes fact with fiction, okay? Give us another one.
Right.
The other day he gave me the Grinch or Oscar the he said who was the biggest hater, Oscar the Grouch or the Grinch.
Yeah, I
So
think we all got that one. Of course, it has definitely run its course, Demarcus. It just run its course about 2, 3 seasons ago. I would personally say yes.
Yes, and these new
Definitely
characters have
so.
not made it better. Although
Made it
they have made it,
worse.
they has made it worse. But I will
Mhm.
say, it's still they still giving us something to talk about.
They
You know.
are. So we have Maurice going over to talk to Martell, and I'm telling you now, if my sister goes to the opposite's house to have a conversation, we are done forever. TV or not.
Uh-oh.
You let Carlos know you can't go over there. I'm done. Why are you over there? Why are you at his house having a conversation? Pause. Let me see something. I know why. I found out today why.
Uh huh.
Wait a
Please
minute.
tell us, because it's
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not me. Mm-mm.
She said,
It ain't coming up. It ain't gonna show up. Oh, it ain't showing up. Wait a minute. I got it though. Hold a minute. Get me off the screen. Mm-mm. I'm gonna have
what
to put
you
it up
got,
another way.
girl? What you get?
Well, anyway, anybody?
You are like,
Why this thing won't act right?
because it's restring.
Oh yeah, because it's
girl.
it's clearly right here. You see that right? Like it's clearly right here, but it's not
There's
showing.
something there, but it's not popping up. Maybe it's a delay. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But,
It was,
but
it was straight up damage control.
oh yeah, yeah. Let me see if I can get it to come up another way. But yeah. So Maurice goes over to see Martell and talk about Melody, pretty much. So anybody want to talk about that while I try to get this tidbit of information pulled up?
Not really. At first, he started talking about Marcel and Marceau's situation, and then it led up to him, Maurice, and Mel conversation that was had at the graduation celebration or whatever, and I'm like, it's interesting how you just segue Mel and what Mel was doing to him. I just find it interesting how you just rewrote that history. I'm like, am I tripping? I just, I just, I just cannot. I mean, I know Mel got her stuff with him, but come on, y'all. And then when stuff was happening behind the scenes between her and Martell, like court cases and the way Martell would crash out on Mel on social media with coleslaw, it just baffled me. Now it's just baffled me how y'all just go to Martell, and I just can't.
This is exactly why that damage control, they forget. You can fall out all you want to with Martell, but they forget he still holds secrets that they
Hmm.
all have. And this is here now. See, this is him crashing out, doing the absolute most,
Yes.
because this was so unnecessary. It
Yes.
was uncalled for. It was he dead wrong. But this is what you get
Yeah.
when you let a narc go amok, run amok. This is what
In
happens.
the palace. So it says Letitia. He added Letitia M. Scott. Now is the perfect time to tell Marceau about my friend who had you in the back of the Buick. Is he the one that caused the scare after Marceau's vasectomy too? So this is why Maurice was at Martell's house, trying to keep him on. Somebody got to be on the side of the foolishness. And I guess Maurice said, "Well, I'll be the sacrificial lamb, and I'm gonna
Right.
do it." But it don't matter. Maurice holds Marceau. I mean Martell. Damn all these M's. Martell holds all the cards, and he knows all the business. You don't, Marceau, Maurice don't want your, but they didn't put your business out the 2 weeks ago, sir. Your name was called in that interview with that gal. Okay. And then you tried to, it's too late to save face because that was already recorded. So you on the camera trying to save face for your brother and for yourself, but they don't care about that. I bet you wish you hadn't even went over there. Now, ain't it? It's too late. I wonder what Kimmy's saying. Is Martell still a good guy, Kimmy? I wanted to like
I
Kimmy
said
for
that
the
last
longest.
week. I'm like,
You
girl, is
did.
Martell still a good guy?
Mm-hmm. Is Martell still a good guy, Kimmy? Is he?
Your words, not mine.
Yeah. Your words and shocked the whole world. Like everybody was like, "What?"
Everybody
And
got
we
to eat.
get it,
We
but we get why.
everybody got to eat something they said on this
Mhm.
show. I promise you.
But we get why everybody thinks that it wants to be on his side because they know this man holds all the cards. He has the ammo for everybody. Right, wrong, or indifferent, he got it, and y'all know he don't care because he lost his. Y'all have it.
He ain't got nothing to lose. He ain't got nothing to lose, baby. It's
Ariana
up.
ain't going
It's up
nowhere.
and it's stuck.
Okay,
Mhm.
forever. She ain't
But
going nowhere.
but this is how petty he goes to be though, because him, if that is the dude she was dealing with 20 years ago, sir, get over it. But he threw that little jab in about the scare after the vasectomy. Like, really?
Why we got to go there? Why? Why are we going there?
Because people run amok. Hey, Tika.
I
Hey,
definitely didn't
Tanika.
forget about the vasectomy.
Hmm.
I
Yeah, she
always
made it seem
said,
like he was a deadbeat for real. He did. She did.
yeah, she did.
I would love to see Melody and Quad together. Why? For them voices to get the kicking? For why? For why? I don't want to
Just
hear that. I don't want to hear it. I
straight up
don't.
squawking. All kinds of
Hey,
squawking.
Shayna. Hey, all
Yes,
things
I don't want
ruthless.
to hear it. I don't. Yeah, I don't. I don't want to hear that.
Well, Demarcus, she wanted to be on Housewives of Atlanta at first, but Martell didn't want to because he was like, "Nah, I ain't trying to lose my wife. They always lose their wives on
But he end up on
um,
there with child,
Sheree.
summer,
Mhm.
spring, fall.
Joggers. Joggers. Uh, I couldn't see her. I could see her in Potomac. I couldn't see her in Atlanta because she couldn't. She ain't the type to give it to him like that. She gon' she
Mm,
would she would have to
she would have to tap in on that, on her
she would have to
Scorpio
definitely tap in.
ness,
Yeah,
on that
yeah,
Scorpio ness, that
yeah,
stinger.
yeah.
She
She
would have to
definitely would have to
definitely tap
tap
in.
in. Yeah. Hey Shayna. Hi Tika D. Thank y'all for coming through. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey y'all.
And Miss Lika B says he began the conversation like he was seemingly holding Martell accountable. Then starts talking about Mel as if he was trying to stay in Martell's good graces. Yes, ma'am, he was.
Yeah, that's why I said I find it
Because they know
interesting
what
that
time it
transition.
is. They know what time it is. They know. They know exactly what time it is. And they just, you know,
And
they
it's
ain't
just,
fooling nobody.
whew,
Because
just
they,
not.
like I said, this stuff is playing out in real time. Now, had they not filmed the reunion now, I would love to see all of the stuff added to the confessionals, added to part of the reunion. But because, Kingdom Reign and the leader don't want to hold people accountable, don't want to, you know, hold people feet to the fire, we're gonna cut this, we're gonna, chop up these seasons. We're gonna stream. We're gonna go ahead and film the reunion 2-3 months before the show even airs. Before it even airs, before the show even season even done with. Like, and I think he does that to save himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause why? Why would you do that? Why would you not want all these conversations that's going on in these YouTube streets or in the social media streets? Like, why you wouldn't want that be the part of the reunion or of the confessionals? Like, why? Because it's juicy. Anybody else got something to say about Maurice and his fake accountability?
And his lorisms he using on Martell got Martell
Because I forgot what word
confused. He
he said.
like,
I
what
said,
do
"Wait,
that
what?"
mean? Yeah, I'm like, I'm
You
like,
can't
oh
use
Lord.
Dante's clue, sir.
Right. You can't do that to Mel. Mel will be right there with him. So
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't have no words for Maurice. So.
No, and Maurice doesn't want to, and then he don't want to. It seems like he's going to Martell about Marceau, about what happened with Marceau and with the scope thing. But then you don't want to have a conversation about you,
Well, that's why him and Kimmy is
Mel.
focusing on Mel and this lipstick thing
Oh
instead of
yeah.
taking accountability for. I see what they did there. I mean, even though I didn't believe the lipstick, I didn't see no
Mhm.
lipstick, so I don't know what Mel was talking about, but I could see them focusing on that to divert, to like instead of talking about actually what happened, like you could
Mhm.
potentially hurt yourself or someone else, and actually what happened, but
Mhm.
whatever.
And then for him to Martell to come out of his mouth and say, "Don't people start with him? He don't start the shit. They started, and don't know he ain't got no problem with nobody." Sir, where were you? Were you at that? What that one you at? That one you at the playground was it? That one you? That one you? Okay. Now Destiny did start it, but you definitely lit the match. You did. You gave you did. You was there holding the newspaper for that match that she had, and then she put it to your newspaper, and you just took it and stuck it in the fireplace. You did that.
All Destiny did was ask a question.
Yeah. She lit the match, but he took it
I
and ran with
mean, she was playing producer at the time. She answered a messy question,
it. Mm-hmm.
and then in the way she asking the question, it was looking towards the direction that it was supposed to focus on. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it is
Thank
what it is. She
y'all.
was playing producer and she was being messy.
Thank y'all
Very
They
for
all
being
do it.
here.
They all do it.
Oh,
So
they definitely do it. We got about 10 people in the building. I want to thank everybody for coming.
hey, hey, y'all.
Y'all have liked
hey,
the video, subscribe to everybody's channel, and
Hey.
drop a comment or two. Let us know that that you're feeling picking up what we putting down. You know, we like the engagement, and YouTube does as well. Yeah, but Maurice,
yes.
I mean Martell is I don't know. But I see why Mel act the way she act with everybody because she has to. Maurice wasn't telling me something. She's not acting like herself. I'd be glad. I wish the old Melody would come back. The old Melody was in love with Martell and was acting foolish on this television show like they had the picture perfect marriage. That Melody is long gone, never to come again. Okay, this Melody here now is about she want to make sure her image is out there and pristine as possible. But Melody ain't playing with y'all. She ain't fooling with y'all either. You just don't like that Melody. But Melody probably got a lot of deck of cards too.
Because when it all said and done, when the show is over and the cameras are down, she had four little ones to focus on taking care of.
Mm-hmm.
And she also got dreams and aspirations. She want to do something outside this show. So what's wrong with that? And I
Right.
don't know how good did y'all even know Mel. Y'all was more of a Martell friend than Mel friend, in my opinion. But I guess. Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We say Letitia, you on mute. She like,
Hi, Derry B. Thank you for coming through.
Hi, Derby.
hey,
No,
Derby.
I'm done with Maurice and Martell. Just, I've never been a fan of Maurice's. I always felt like he was hiding.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Always. He
I
always
like
comes
the
off as a
Kimmy
nice guy.
more than him. I like the Kimmy more than him
I did
at the
too.
Hmm.
beginning. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But
never him.
no, never him because well, I ain't gonna say I didn't. I did like him for a little bit until he started showing his hand and started being a butthole towards Kimmy, especially for one when it came to that child moving there. That's what kind of threw me off with him. And then what really, really, really threw me off is when Kimmy got sick and he started
Hmm.
being a butthole and was being a butthole on social media. Like, sir.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
I mean, he always tried to come off as the nice guy, the deacon,
mm-hmm.
and all of that. But I'm like, nope, he's hiding something. Something ain't right with him. I don't care. I never
I
trust.
think that's what get on Melody nerves as well. She very like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear no more MLK speeches from you.
Exactly.
Maybe when she called him Martin Luther King that time, said, Jesus Christ. And we see it.
Maurice Luther King.
Yes,
Child,
and we
I'm
see
weak.
it. Like you always be the preacher man and want to tell everybody this, that, and third, but then you ain't even.
That's how he started off the conversation with Martell right there. Like, I'm like, yo, mm-mm.
Yeah. Anybody else got a thought about Maurice and Martell's conversation?
Nope. Moving on.
Uh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what the next scene was. Housewarming? No, no, no. Trish and Kimmy. Trish and Kimmy?
Oh yeah, Trish stopped by Kimmy office.
Yes. Anybody want to discuss that? Confused as no, no, no. I ain't gonna say she confused. Her action, her conversation about. Go ahead. I'm gonna add my 2 cents in. Anybody want to talk about that?
Well, Trish came by Kimmy office to I guess get some advice because she wanted to transition from being an engineer, which is her corporate job, to being a fitness and what would that take and what would that look like for her because she want to have her own facility and then that's what Kimmy said, do you have enough clientele to subside what you was making as an engineer, the transition to make it, make sense and stuff like that. And then they transitioned to talking about um Mel. It was an interesting trend. It was another transition to talking about Mel, about Kimmy conversation with Mel that she said how she confronted Mel about the lipstick allegations and possible Maurice's cheating, and how Mel was acting towards her and stuff like that, and then how eventually Mel apologized and said she won't do that again. Yada yada yada.
Because like in real life, we would talk about people that get under our skin, okay, with our
Mm-hmm.
friends, but they're not really friends like that. So they don't even know each other like that, really, to have that kind of gossiping moment. Not that it was super bad, but it was like, I don't know. I just
And the
roll
way
my
Trish be making facial expression when they talking about Mel, I be like, girl, you was mum's the word when it was 1-on-1.
Right.
exactly.
That's
Like,
why I be confused about with you.
yeah, and your whole attitude be different. Like, I mean,
Hmm.
you just be one way, please, and stop all this damn transition. Because I'm
And
sick
even
of
your
you.
confessional, you say you don't know Mel all like that. So
You have all this lip to give about why she all in your face or asking all these questions about Martell. Girl, girl.
And why are you acting like, and ma'am, Trish, why are you acting like we don't know what the deal is? Your energy gave it away.
Mm-hmm.
We know you messed
yeah,
around with Martell's, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody in the whole universe knows.
Ray
You're the
Charles
only
is
one
that.
out here still pretending. You and Ken. Because he's
Exactly.
acting
You and
oblivious as
Ken.
hell. I'm
You
like,
and
what is
Ken.
going on? You, sir, I don't even understand him. How could you be cool with him? Are you dapping this fool up? Absolutely not. Y'all they look crazy, sound crazy. I just want them to stop playing games.
Mm-hmm.
Just put it out there. And Marquez, he didn't care what he was saying yesterday.
No, he did
Straight
not.
up using the whole F word. I
Yeah.
mean, golly.
Yeah.
It was just, see what I'm saying? Everybody knows. Just spit it out at this point and keep it moving. Okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so what? Yeah, I did. That was, I mean, it wasn't nothing. And my thing is, do you feel guilty? Like, what reason do you have to be? Because I feel like the nerve of you really to be having an attitude with Melody
Yeah.
when you possibly was the one that was all up in her house. Like the nerve of you, the irony of that mess. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could think of anybody I was a fan of on this show. Now that I think about it, I can't think
None.
that I'm a fan of
It's
any of them.
hard. Like nobody, and they
Oh
keep
my
bringing these
God.
people on there that makes it worse. Like we don't care about these people. I don't know these people. I don't care about them, and they making it worse. Like stop bringing these new people on with these half-ass storylines. They can't keep their stuff together. They giving
It's
half
more,
truths,
yeah. They
and we ain't
storyline
getting
is
nothing
more.
about what the premise of the show was.
Right.
They're not taking us there. Like if
Yeah.
Trish is a daggum engineer, I don't know what kind she is, but if she's an engineer that works with NASA, why we don't see or hear part of that? And I know she can't give us but so much.
Why
I
wasn't
understand.
there her initial introduction?
Right. Like, why can't we get some of that? I want to see some of that. Ken driving trucks. I want to see Ken go take his truck to the shop. I want to see Ken say, well, how much it costs to get a tire put on. I want Ken to say how much it costs to run this sucker a year.
It's
I
also the
want Ken to talk
producers
about
and
that.
showrunner as well. So
I want Ken to talk about that. Talk about that. Stop talking about this daggum other stuff that don't nobody care about. We don't care about y'all personal life because we ain't got to live that shit for real in real
Right.
life. We don't. But I would like to know. I mean, I do know because my daddy and my brother drove trucks for years, so I know how much it could cost to run. But tell the people that might not know that you might be inspiring Demarcus here. He might want to jump in the truck if Ken had a did it right, because Demarcus needs something else to do instead of asking us about the damn Miss Wanda and Mama D. I don't know Demarcus. Who was more entertaining? I don't know. We love
Miss
you, Demarcus.
Wanda.
I don't
why? Because she got that country Bama accent.
know.
Miss Wanda do not care. But I feel like um Miss Wanda got a good heart. She just be talking. She just be talking. That's all. She just be talking. But I love how she is fiercely. She gonna defend. She don't give a care if she right or wrong. She gonna defend her kid. She gonna
She
defend
be
her.
wrong half
Period.
the time. Like,
She
leave
I
gonna
that
said,
defend her
Mama,
kid.
little Mama D got more sense. It seemed like a
She
little bit
don't do
than
it on she don't do it on
Miss
social media
Wanda.
like Miss
Oh,
Wanda do. Miss Wanda press her button all the time. She don't mind.
But he
Uh
asked to entertain it though. You ain't gotta have
yeah.
no sense to be entertaining. So
Kimmy was never afraid to Martell, and she was wild and sexy the first two seasons. I think she still kept well, did she change her sexiness? Like her sex appeal? Because she ain't mind showing her boobs. Like, I think she still does that though.
she still show her boobs, even though she had to have that
That
the
port.
thing right there for
Mm-hmm.
yeah for yeah.
Mama D cause I can Ah,
Thank you.
and they do need to give us a 6 month break. Give them people a 6 month
Get
break.
them 6 months break and
Give
start holding
them a
them
six
into
month
these
break.
contracts that you don't want them to renew or up they pay.
Yeah, that you don't want to pay them people right accordingly. Like, stop.
But only pay the people who's willing to share. Anyway.
ooh, that would be too much like right. Mm-mm-mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
For real.
And then another thing about Trish, she was excited about talking about her business, her new business venture. Like, she liked to see people happy, this, that, and the third. But when you with Ken, we don't get that. When Ken asks you about marriage, we don't get that. We get none of that. It's always a overwhelming feel comes over her face, or like like she's scared or something, like she's afraid to say what she really really feels. I don't know.
And her saying that Mark Marquez bringing up their I guess business first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what do you mean? What did that mean? I'm like, I'm lost.
And then she
Like,
didn't know if she wanted to rent or buy. Girl, how you don't know what you want to do? I'm sorry. Hi,
I
Steven.
think that's why she came there for Kimmy, because Kimmy is into real estate and stuff, and she would know.
But
She
yeah,
would definitely have an idea of what that would look like for her.
but you know your pocket though.
Right, but there could be certain benefits based on her transition or non-benefits. The other thing is though, why you asking them about making these decisions and you haven't included Ken in this conversation, and you're supposed to be in a relationship with him, going towards marriage eventually. Because that's what she said when
Oh,
when
that's what
he
she
asked her.
said.
She
I forgot
said,
about that part. Oh,
or
she
maybe
did say that.
eventually. Like what now?
Mm-mm-mm.
Girl, no.
We're making this longer than it need to be. I'm making it longer than we need to be. So, anywho,
Ken, cut
Martell is
off
with
this.
his therapist, and why does why this man don't know what he want to do with his life? Well, I know why he don't know because he never had no because his wife did everything for him. But anywho, why is his kids his priority and not himself? Why he don't know what he want to do? Why he don't know what he need to do with himself? Because if
Right.
you're not whole, your kids cannot be whole. You cannot create great citizens in this world if you are not doing your part. Because that's a temporary thing. The children are temporary. When they turn 18 or 24, you still need to be dealing with you, sir. When these kids turn 30, what you gonna do? I got to make sure my children still right. No, you need to be fulfilling your destiny, like your dreams or whatever it is. Like you don't. He don't, sir, you too old and too long in the tooth to be doing this. They have these stupid
Right.
ass answers. And
A
then you
little
gonna
bit
say you
impressed.
won't, you ain't do nothing wrong, and you ain't no accountability, like you won't cause no problems. Somebody talk about it because I don't know who that lady was, but I didn't. I need her to get to put the pedal to the metal with him because I don't know. But go somebody else talk
I
about
mean,
it.
I guess it's a good thing he's in therapy, but I agree with you. I think that he definitely needs a therapist that's gonna call him to the carpet about stuff because what I really want is a therapist that's going to be writing her notes and give him the actual diagnosis.
Hmm.
Narc.
And asking the
That's
right
all I want her
questions.
to do, or him to do. That's what I really want him to do because, and I want him to be
Well, that's
aware.
a different doctor he need to go to then. If he giving out diagnosis, right?
Oh, well, isn't she a therapist, a psychologist?
I
Well, I
thought
don't think she's a psychiatrist.
psychiatrist. That's what I'm
Well,
saying. It's
So I
no,
levels
don't
to
know.
that profession.
He might
true,
need to
but
It's
go.
it,
psychiatrist just means that you can prescribe meds.
yeah. After diagnose
Yeah,
first,
yeah, but
right?
I believe a psychologist can also diagnose. They just, their it's just their tactic is to talk it out
Okay.
versus prescribing medication.
Okay.
So,
I just think it was a surface level session, and it was
very
just for
much,
camera.
Hmm. Yes,
yeah.
like Lika
I'm
B
like,
say,
why she gotta tell you what to do? Like, this
yes.
is your life. It's like, come on,
Hell, oh, okay. Like why? How?
what we doing?
And I
Hmm.
agree with you, Lika B. It's a manipulation tactic. Like,
Absolutely.
It's given like I gotta do this for the courts, and it's
uh-huh,
on TV.
yeah.
hmm
Because we
I'm
know
feeling
you
the
it's court
requirement.
mandated. But I need to see this outside of her file folder, that your name is on it or whatever, your number. I need to make sure that was legit because I stop playing with these people. Stop playing with these courts. Like stop. They're not playing with you.
hmm
And that's crazy. That's the reason why a lot of times these professionals agree to be on the show is for the exposure, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of like, but if you're not doing good work, why do you even want the exposure? I wouldn't want to be, unless I was the one diagnosing, I wouldn't even want to be touching that with a 10-foot pole. Seriously.
Right.
Not this show.
Child. But anybody else want to talk about his lack of
Nope.
okay.
Moving on.
Moving on. So we are at this open house. Kimmy was too excited about this damn open house. I wonder if she excited today.
Well, she's in real estate. I can understand why she would be excited.
Why is she excited for Martell though? This man just outed your brother and sister 2 weeks ago. Like why are you Kimmy be too excited about the wrong thing?
Candy, I
Like
think you answered your own question because
I
well,
did.
the question you asked earlier, is he still do you still think he is a nice guy? Yeah, obviously, because now she wants him to, get back
Be
on his feet
successful.
and do his thing. And I
She should
will
have been
say,
slick, like she always be slick and say, "Yeah, make sure you help because you can help Mel financially with these kids." That's what she should have added to it, just to spice it up a little bit. I need you to add a little bit more to it. Like I need everybody to put their foot on this man. Okay, I just need everybody to touch him and agree.
before we do it though, I will say The house was really pretty. It
Yes,
was
it was
really
staged
nice.
Isn't
nice.
that isn't that the same house that they sold forehead and noses? I mean Moses.
Probably because they didn't buy it.
I'm like I could have sworn they look like the same house. Is I'm
I think
tripping?
it.
I
In
think it's
fact,
more because the house was empty.
Monique, I think it's also the house that he was washing them dishes in when
Last season?
Destiny came to
Destiny
the house.
came by. Hmm.
Yeah, it was also, if I'm not mistaken, it's also the house that the court said he was not allowed to film in.
Dang.
So I don't know. It is nice though.
It's a
Good
nice
luck,
small
sir.
house. That's what I'm like. Is that the same house? Like, is I'm tripping? It just got furniture in it, just staged. Like, what we doing?
So y'all reckon that's the house he lived in? Or
No,
No, no, no,
not
no,
now.
y'all
Mm-mm.
no,
think
no, no.
okay.
Not at
Okay.
that moment. Mm-mm. Definitely giving the house that forehead and Moses was looking at. So
Yeah, because it was a small house. It was small.
it was small. It was just
Yeah,
no
that's that
furniture.
is
It
the
that's what
house.
I'm saying. It was nothing in there. It was empty. It
Yes,
wasn't
but it was.
staged.
But I do remember it being a small house because
That's what I'm like.
'cause
That looked like the
Moses
same house for
Moses
sure.
was
Like
like it was too small for them. And then he said, "Well, it might be an investment property or something." He said, "I don't know." He just talking outside of his neck, cause
they were just saying anything because
sir,
darn well
you
he
ain't
don't
supposed to be in
supposed to
the
be
state.
across state lines. Okay.
He ain't supposed to be in the state. Shut up.
And
It's
probably
certainly
ain't
bigger than your
afford it.
cell, sir. It's bigger than that cell. That's all I'm saying.
Not bigger than that sales, Letitia. You are so shady.
Just saying. You trying to be begging and choosing, sir? Mm-mm. You had no
Mm-mm.
business even being over there. Got the nerve to be looking at somebody's house.
Okay.
So we're at the open house, and Trish telling them she ain't have time to go file them papers. And Kimmy's like, you can file, you do what you want to do if
You
you
can
have
make
make
time,
time to
but
do what you
what's
want to.
important? Yeah, what you find important. I'm like, you got that right. That's one thing I can agree with Kimmy on. Like when it came to Trish
Mhm.
and that whole situation, like you make time what you what's really important. So I'm like, yeah, you got it right.
Mhm. And then
I'm
come to
like, cause
find out
she
that
dragging her feet like heck.
yeah, like they got cement blocks at the bottom of them. But then we find out that, of course, Chris is the one that that put Martell in Trish's vision or whatever.
I can't.
Uh,
Oh,
but we had already heard that in season 8. We heard that part. We already heard that at the bowling alley that happened. So now they brought it back up. Why they bring it back up? I don't know. Why they bring it back up? I guess they had nothing to talk about.
it seems like when it
So
comes to Trish and Martell situation, it seems like we get bits and pieces of what
that would I be talking?
from the beginning to end. I'm like, I'm not that invested, but it does give that y'all smash and y'all trying to go around the mulberry bush about the whole
Because if you didn't,
thing.
it
It's
wouldn't
just
be
like
hard. You know,
it went right.
if you did, you did. And
Mm,
yeah, it's effed up at the time y'all did it because blah blah blah. Y'all was he was married. You
yeah,
still
that's what I'm
was
saying. I'm
married,
not that invested now trying to put
but
it together because they be saying different stuff. I'm not putting this.
yeah,
I'm not
like
trying
Trish
to put the
whole
puzzle
life
piece
is a
to
piece
this
is
thing.
a thousand piece
It
puzzle.
happened
Okay,
in the past. Mel said they wasn't together, so it is what it
It
is
is
at
what it
this
is.
point.
Now, this is where I side eye Chris and Nell
hmm
for
Hmm.
continuing to be friends with these people that keep putting you in the middle of their mess. Like, this is not the first time Chris's name has been thrown in there
hmm
as some kind of alibi or some kind of blame about something where he have to come back and be like, that is not how it went.
hmm
Literally, he did not introduce y'all. He did not say like, here y'all go hook up.
yeah.
That's just it was just out. I side eyed them, not like, okay. They're actually the only team couple that I am on this show that I like on this show. They're the only
hmm
couple that I'm cool with. But
I want to see
I
more
would
of their
not be
family.
friends with them.
Hmm.
Pause in the draws. Martell just passing out BV. Is that bacterial vaginosis? Is that what you're saying?
Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly.
Ooh,
Is that
yes,
what?
allegedly is right because we don't know.
Child. I'm trying to get to 100
I
subscribers.
won't be. She said, "I'm trying to get you." She said, "Wait, I'm trying to get."
Yes.
Well, she
Allegedly.
just
I
right
just read the
allegedly.
comment. I'm reading the comment. But I'm gonna speak to everybody that came in. Hey, Miss Barbara Johnson, West Coast Barbara. Hey, Monique Nicole, how you
Eh.
doing?
Hey,
Yeah. Miss Pickley, okay. Allegedly. Because Lady listen, because I
Look, I won't be surprised, but anyway, yeah.
y'all.
I'm putting them past the man. Okay.
At all.
because he just a slime ball. He's a oh god. He just it's like anyway, go ahead. Let's talk about uh go ahead and say what you're saying about Chris. And
That's it. I don't know why he continues to be friends with them. They bring
Chris,
him
Chris is
those
looking
other people.
like what?
They bring him nothing to the relationship. He brings all of the value. To be honest, I mean, he the one that he was brokering deals for them and
how many pages you
putting
got?
money in their pocket. And
Well, we
She must
appreciate
got a
that.
thank
lot of
you.
look. She must got a lot of
Are you
pages.
one of those subscribers that have to have different pages?
Thank you, Miss Michael.
Yes, Monique, baby, not the BV. Jesus gracious, Mary and Joseph. Yeah,
Please.
yeah, but okay. So they talk about then Martell try to talk to Ken and say that him and Martell quit. Shoot, Marceau, their relationship is not salvageable, and it's very tumultuous. And then Ken was like, "Yeah, that's like me and Marquise. Why you got to bring him up?"
Cause he likes attention.
Oh, okay.
I'm starting to get that now.
Because
I
why? Why
heard
is it
he's the one
important?
that wanted to be on the show, and Tristan really wanted to be. So this really makes sense. The way
Hmm.
he's
Clearly,
moving,
It looked like it. It looked like
and
he is
clearly.
he's
always.
so comfortable on camera
Hmm.
versus her.
It also makes me wonder if he really doing this for because we know he cut and big and buff and all that jazz. I wonder if he is really seeking. He don't care. I feel like he's after something else, and that it's not even really even about Trish. And maybe he's, you know, seeking out women so he can be seen. But remember, what I was saying earlier.
Look, Mary, but separated women. What was you saying?
Right. But that's what I was saying
Those
earlier.
judges,
He
a
seeks
broken women.
validation
Mm-hmm.
from people. Clearly, he has a problem. He needs to work on himself. I guess everybody on the show needs to work on
His
themselves.
mama
Hmm.
didn't hug him
He
enough.
definitely does
Yeah,
because
everybody needs to
sir,
work on themselves.
you need
Yeah,
to be
his mama
quiet.
didn't give him no love. I'm mad at his mama didn't do him right because
And they're complicit, Candy, because they was sitting there at the event with the foolishness.
well maybe all
His
of them
people was there.
maybe they never mind. I ain't never mind. I'm not gonna be disrespectful.
Probably
Um
not. When he talking about our kids.
so Nell runs out and gets Chris because Tristan let them know that Chris was the one that did XYZ. And she was like, you need to bring your ass in the house because I'd heard you want to hook them up, carrying on, blah blah blah. So, uh, Monique, you
Everybody
want to
in
put
the
us down?
house. Everybody went in the house after that. She was like, I
Everybody.
want to call for Chris, but I mean, it involved Martell, so it's right for Martell to go in anyway. And Trisha's Ken's significant other, I guess. So everybody went in the house to continue the conversation of confronting Chris about it. Well, Neil confronting Chris about putting Martell onto Trish. And Nell feels some type of way because they friends with Melody. So it's like I don't want to, come off like we or you um not loyal or have some kind of respect for Mel when it came to that situation. So Chris was looking confused. He was like, wait a minute. He was looking legit confused. He like, that's not how it went. And then he iterated how it went, and then Ken, he kind of jumped in his confessional saying like that, and these two different things, and they did a flashback to the bowling situation and what was said. He said he don't believe. He said he gonna get to the bottom of it. I'm like, why you gotta get to the bottom of something that happened before you? So it should be no sweat off of you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But
Again, I would be irritated that you throwing me in some mess and now I gotta
Mm-hmm.
defend myself and I'm looking at Nell sideways like, why is you talking crazy to your husband like that? You ain't verified a thing. And you talking crazy in front of these people, calling
Mm-hmm.
them out on this stuff. And he looking like, what in the world?
But she did need to, because he needed to come in and explain what happened. Like, and I don't
She
know
had to
if I
say it like
trusted
that
what
though.
they said because
yeah, she said it
Martell was
like it
like,
was
"Don't trip
true. She
yourself up
came to
now."
Chris like it was true. She
Hmm.
didn't come to like ask him questions. She came to like explain yourself. Like it was true. Like,
Well,
why did you
it
do this?
was true in a sense because you are the reason they are in contact with each other. Is that not what he said? He said, "I
He
think her name
said,
is Trish."
yeah, but I don't think they exchanged numbers. He said,
I
I
don't think
didn't.
you have to. You just he already he threw it out there. He threw the hook and he threw the bait or whatever you want to call it. And he did, in my opinion, he did. It wasn't the way they said it in the beginning, but he did. He did because Trish was not on Martell's radar
I
and
mean,
vice
maybe
versa. But
inadvertently.
if Chris says something, I think her name Trish, then hey, let me go look for Trish. He did in a sense, but it just wasn't as overt as they made it out in the beginning. You know, as if he hooked them up together for real, like past phone numbers or past email addresses or whatever, sent pictures and something like that. It wasn't that. It was just this is that and the third. But by mail, they were still married at the time. That was wrong for him to do that. But I mean, they was finna get a divorce. So I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know. And how he didn't know that was his cousin or didn't know her name, I don't know.
I don't think that he knew that they were cousins, right?
Right. He didn't know. He said he didn't know at first. No. At that
Yeah,
time.
okay.
No.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
said no.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, I have a lot of cousins running on my father's side, so I wouldn't be surprised if they see me on the street. I might not know, so
you
there's so
know.
many of them.
Yeah. We had a cousin show up at a family reunion that she found us through um ancestry.com, but
Mhm.
she grew up in our hometown and was best friends with a cousin.
Oh
They went
wow.
to high school with just he just didn't know because
Wow.
her dad was estranged from the family.
Oh, gotcha.
And so
Yep,
she
yep.
didn't even know his people. So that's
Mm.
what I mean. Things can happen. That's why I'm like, stop with these family secrets, doggone it. Tell these
I
people,
know.
no,
I
hmm
know.
you don't know
Yeah.
who you're related to out here. Mm-mm.
Don't know. And Monique says, she say they try to be super technical and specific, but he did link them together. Yeah, he did. He was the link. It wasn't like they made it seem like, but yeah, he was the link. You know. Um. So it wasn't as bad, but like, so Chris, what are you doing? You could be married and look at women, yeah, you can, and find somebody attractive or beautiful. I don't have a problem with that, but like, so Chris, what you let me lay out Chris. Chris ain't did nothing.
Cause
Let me
he
do
said
something.
Martell asked, "Was there any beautiful?
And
Was there
he know
any?"
it is, nigga. You go to the gym, like, what do you talk? Why you ask that question? Like, you know it
Uh,
is. You go to the gym.
And Chris said, "Yes, it's one." He's, I guess,
It
it's
everywhere.
one in
Like,
his view right at the moment he was on the phone with him. He's like, "It's one." Her name. He said, "I think her name is Trish." So
child, they do too much and don't do enough. Yeah, but Martell did tell Chris like, don't trip yourself up or something like that. Like,
he
Chris
said, "Don't
had
dig yourself a hole and deeper hole or
yeah, like
something."
yeah, he had to make sure he was tiptoeing around.
Cause Martell know that him and Trish hooked up, and I'm tired of talking about it.
Yeah.
Something happened. They hooked up some kind of way. It could be oral. I don't care.
Well, Tisha, I'm not. Yeah, Letitia, you want to go ahead and tell what Marquez said last night?
Well,
He
I
kept
didn't watch. I don't know. So, I don't watch. I'm not into that
Yeah,
like that. So I just rely on y'all. Y'all can report back to me
that's why I
because
said. That's
I
why I
don't
said I
guys.
know.
want to tell the people.
If you just don't have nothing else to do, if you're working or whatever, you just need something in the background, go ahead and give it a listen, and you will see. People kept saying, "Oh, his story never changed. Story never changed." Well, I feel like a person that if they believe what they're saying, they're gonna
It's
keep
not
saying
gonna
it. If this is the
change.
story that they're telling,
Mhm.
Exactly.
it's gonna be the one they're gonna keep on telling. But you can hear the little things that he isn't saying, first of all.
Mhm.
But he just to answer Candy's question, he just straight up was just like, yeah. When I found out that, Trish and Martell was effing, he said it twice. She had to be like, hold on, language. Language. He was like, okay, well, when they had relations, and she was like, she tried to even do the allegedly. He was like, no, he knew. Again, we all know. I don't know why they out here fronting and
That's what I'm
have been.
saying. It happened so long ago. It's like
Mhm.
ridiculous now. It's like, come on, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And you're
And
grown,
who cares? I'm like,
Yeah.
I
but
really don't care, and I'm not invested. That's I'm like, I'm not gonna play Blues Clues with your ass. So it's just is what it is.
Blues Clues, Blues
I'm gonna need
Clues.
you to act grown. Grown people do grown
Yeah,
things.
they do wrong things, whether they supposed
Period.
to at that time or not. Like he was married, if she married, he was married, and they, so be it. Like who cares what this look like, what that look like, where you went to. If you did it, you did it. You didn't, you didn't. But stop without. I just hate all that teetering around the actual answer. Just say yes or say
But
no. We did not. I just hate all the acting. You know what I'm saying? I like people to be straight up. Say yes
even
or no.
Marquez even bringing that up, sir, you've been in Atlanta all this time. We know dang on well you've been
Oh yeah,
Well,
come
he said
having
on.
he
your
jumped
own
at
relation.
Ariane. He said he jumped at Ariane DMs when he found out when he heard Trish talking to her girlfriend on the phone about him by Martell. He jumped in Ariane DM.
And then went on to say to myself, oh yeah, Melody too. Woo, woo, woo. Kept
Yeah, and
talking
she's
about as if,
fine.
sir, as if she wants a Martell 2.0. You have
Okay,
you're not gonna be able to holler at Melody, sir.
no,
Mm-mm.
Don't even do that. But he was like alluding to the
yeah,
fact that he would try to slide in her DMs. She is not paying attention to you, sir.
yeah.
I don't even know
And
you.
then, but then he kind of backed off of Melody a little bit because I guess he said they got some. They finna be working on something after a while. I'm like, okay, we'll see. We shall
What, the
see.
Tubi movie?
That movie was I couldn't do it. Did you see it?
I saw clips and I
Is that the
and I
dollhouse
said
one?
no. I said no.
It's
Is it the
called
dollhouse one?
it's a marriage. Was it Marriage Mansion or Marriage something?
Marriage Mansion, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, and
Marriage Mansion.
I couldn't
That's
do
the
it.
one I actually wanted to see because that's the
I,
one they
What?
had mentioned on the show. But she was actually in one called Dollhouse something or whatever. It had
okay,
Darius McCrary in it as well. I didn't see either one of them because I don't like horror movies. So I think the one was a horror movie. But
okay.
Oh, okay, okay.
what was the
It's called
marriage man?
Marriage Mansion, but it was like a dating show, but
Yeah,
with
it's like a dating thing. Yeah.
a dating thing with couples, but they go into this house. Like I guess like what's that show that MTV or VH1 have with the married couples, like couples therapy or whatever. It's something
Oh,
like
okay.
that. I would say I couldn't do but 30 minutes of it because the acting and the filmography, I couldn't do it.
It's on
It was
Tubi.
real
Yeah,
low.
it's on Tubi. It's called Married Mansion.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was real.
It's an hour and 24 minutes. I
It's
saw
real.
clips and I automatically said no.
Yeah, it was
Thank
real
you.
early. It gave really real early Tubi vibes. It didn't give the new current movies that we've been watching the last 2 or 3 years. It
It's
gave
based off four
old.
dysfunctional couples,
Yeah,
and they move
and
into
Mel
a
acting like
reality show
Mel.
mansion.
She's acting like herself. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Can we do this? And
I
I
think
was
she
like, oh.
I think she got casted and was going to rehearsal on the show. Was that the one where she was like the waitress or something?
Mm-mm.
Or she
She's
Mm-mm.
did a
a she's
waitress
a I think
something?
she's a housewife in this show, I guess. Like
Oh, okay.
yeah, she's like a
Okay.
housewife. Because her
I'm gonna
boyfriend
check it
her
out.
boyfriend or whatever he is a promoter. But I don't know
Okay.
what she does.
I'm gonna check it out.
I don't know what her. Yeah,
Yeah, check it out and report back, girl.
yeah, because
Okay.
I can do but 30 minutes of it. Yeah.
I once I started, I can't stop. It got to be really, really bad for me to be like, oh, okay, I
I
gotta watch.
yeah, I couldn't do it, and that's me too. I could do it.
I saw.
But
Did you see Sonny's?
I didn't. I wasn't interested.
It could have been a cool story, right? But it had too many characters, and also she only did 3 episodes. So I thought, oh dang, what's the next part? I did leave it looking like, okay, what is the next part?
Hmm.
And hoping that maybe she had started it up again, but she didn't. And so it's kind of an untold story, unfinished. Let me say that,
Oh,
unfinished
okay. Okay.
story.
Hmm.
Cool.
It kind of gave you a little all the Queen's Men vibe, but the 2B version,
Hmm. Hmm.
kind of.
I might one day if I ain't got nothing else to do. Gonna hold me to it. All
I've been trying
righty,
to
ladies.
support folks.
Any thoughts on this episode and what y'all want to see coming up next?
The reunion.
Me too. Yeah,
We
that's
keep
my
saying
answer.
that every time. Reunion. We say
Yeah,
that every
reunion.
time.
Yeah, reunion, please.
I'm tired of them.
Reunion me, please.
Yeah,
Yes.
ASAP.
Please.
And I don't want to see them back on like Ms. Lickerby said until like another 6 months, which I know that's not going to be. But I would love it if we would get them in about six, maybe 9 months. Let's give a 9 month time frame. Yeah, I think 9 months would be decent. And yeah, but hell, everything will be on social media, so it really don't even matter.
Hmm.
But anyway, ladies, what y'all got going on y'all channels? And then we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here because we got something at 9:45.
Um, I'm just doing some catch up stuff, so I'm definitely gonna be doing some uploads Zatima, doing a catch up on that, and then on 31st, New Year's Eve, definitely doing a 2024 rewind. We're talking about major cultural events that happened in 2024, starting with the Cat William of it all.
Oh my God.
Ooh,
So if you want to join, y'all can join. Just
Yeah,
let me know.
oh, I love that. Let me write down my highlights.
Yes, please send me your highlights.
okay, okay. Cool, cool, cool.
That's it for right now. But yeah, I'm just doing the catch up thing for me for Zatima.
Okay.
Okay.
Um. We are doing All the Queen's Men at 9:45. Um. Besides that, I'm really just working on my content calendar to see what will be next. And to get the year started off right. I expect to be posting much more often, and I will begin hosting. Wink, wink, Monique. Uh, I'm just I'm just getting my life together. That's all. To finish out the rest of this year with the holidays and everything. So just make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe, of course, and hit that notification bell so that you're alerted whenever I post a video or go live. Thank you.
Yes, yes. And for me, yeah, we'll be at EJ's house for All the Queen's Men at 9:45. So please tap into that. If you like All the Queen's Men, which is on BET Plus, we are doing that today. Well, in less than an hour. So just be back. We'll be back on our channels. Hosted by EJ. We'll see y'all later because that's all I got going on. I don't have anything else. Notification bells. And if nothing else,